Green in garden, fresh on table. Welcome to Asian Garden to Table. So finally you start to grow vegetable in your backyard. You make your mind that you're going to grow the best vegetables. Then you have to think, what should I use to feed my vegetables, organic or inorganic? Let's start from what our vegetables need to grow. Sunshine, water, nutrients. Don't forget about the air. Soil provides all of these things to vegetables except sunshine. That is why it is so important we have a good soil for our vegetables. A good soil should have a good aeration, can hold water well, and can provide enough nutrients. Adding a lot of organic matters is the best way to make good soil. They can improve aeration and water holding capacity directly. Also, they provide food and good environment for microorganisms and biota in soil, whose activities will make the soil loose, moist, and rich. That is why when I started my vegetable garden, I added parts of horse manure, and whenever I transplant seedlings, I always add a lot of manure in the garden. Does that mean organic fertilizer is all we need to fertilize our vegetables? Unfortunately, no. This is a chart for nutrients taken by corn during growing cycle. About 80% of nutrients are taken during flowering and fruiting stage. Here is a similar chart for tomatoes. During flowering and fruiting, more potassium is needed than nitrogen. In order to match tomatoes' growing demand, this chart is what we should feed our vegetable plant. There are two nutrient peaks during tomatoes' flowering and fruiting. Organic fertilizer have very low nutrients content, about 0.5 to 2% nutrients. And it could take several years to fully release these nutrients. So it is very possible that your vegetable cannot get enough nutrients from organic fertilizer to boost flower or fruit. A lot of gardeners complained that their vegetable grows so well after transplanting, but right before or during flowering, they slow down or even stop growing. It is simply because they don't get enough nutrients. Organic fertilizer provides comprehensive nutrients to vegetables, but we cannot control the nutrients rate or releasing speed. Here is a chart of nutrient content from different manures. They all relatively have a low potassium. Go back to the nutrients needed for corn, for example. Vegetables need a lot of potassium during flowering and fruiting, which they cannot get enough from a single organic fertilizer. Inorganic fertilizer is a great supplement. It works fast, so it can provide nutrients peaks for vegetables to boost flower and fruit. According to vegetable types and growing stages, you can adjust the nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus percentage and amount. Inorganic fertilizer works exactly the same way with the organic fertilizer when it goes to our vegetables. In our garden biocycle, plants are eaten by animals and released as manure. Both manure and dead plants must be broken down by microorganisms and biota into small organic molecules. These molecules then are converted into inorganic ions before vegetable can absorb. The other side, the inorganic fertilizer can simply get dissolved in water and produce the same ions for the vegetables. Of course, in a much faster way. Usually it works in few days to few weeks depending on formulation. So for vegetables, there is no difference if ions come from inorganic or organic fertilizer. So, organic or inorganic? Do you have your answer? I'm going to end this video here, but I'm open to different ideas, questions, or comments. Please post below. Next video, I will share with you my experience of using different fertilizers. Thank you for watching. See you soon.